What's a family secret you found out by accident that flipped your whole view on life? I've been legally blind for as long as I can remember. Not a gradual thing either. I lost most of my sight when I was about 2 years old. The story I was told growing up was simple, almost silly. I cried a lot as a baby. That's it. That's why my eyesight got damaged. My parents never went into detail beyond that. It was like some odd family myth, something I repeated to my doctors when they asked how it happened. I guess I cried a lot, I'd say, half joking, half not. They were always a little skeptical, but that was the explanation I had. Throughout my childhood and teenage years, I went through countless retinal specialists and doctors. I had multiple surgeries and spent endless hours in hospitals. There were tests and scans, but nobody ever really challenged that vague answer. It was the story my parents stuck to, and I never had a reason to doubt it. My mother struggled with alcoholism for as long as I could remember. It was an open secret in the family, something whispered about but never fully discussed. She was never the kind of mother who showed much affection. Most of the time, I felt like I was just there, an afterthought in her chaotic life. My father was different, quiet, reserved, and never one for confrontation. He didn't say much about my blindness either, just stuck with the "you cried a lot" line whenever the topic came up. After my mother passed away and shortly after my father's death, I started reconnecting with extended family members I hadn't spoken to in years. That's when the story began to shift. I was talking to my aunt one day, someone who had always seemed distant but honest. The conversation drifted toward my childhood, my blindness, and the mystery behind it. She hesitated at first, but eventually she dropped a bombshell. The "you cried a lot" explanation was just a cover-up. The real reason my sight was damaged was much darker. She told me my mother, in her drunken states, would lose patience with me when I cried as a baby. To stop the crying, she would bang my head against the floor, over and over again. At first, I couldn't believe it. My mind raced to deny what I was hearing, but the look in her eyes told me she was telling the truth. I sat in silence, the room feeling colder with every word. A few weeks later, another family member confirmed the story. It was no longer a whispered rumor or a half-remembered tale. It was real. I dug up old medical records and found an MRI report from 2021 that mentioned a perinatal insult, a technical term doctors use to describe brain injuries around the time of birth. It matched perfectly with the damage to my eyes and brain structure. Both my parents had taken the truth to their graves. The realization hit me like a freight train. The loving, protective family image I'd held onto shattered. The story of my blindness wasn't a medical mystery or a tragic accident. It was caused by abuse from the one person who was supposed to care for me. I thought about all the years I'd lived with this lie, the way I'd accepted that I was just a crybaby as a child, punished for something I couldn't control. It changed how I saw my entire life. The surgeries, the hospital visits, the endless battles with my condition, it all took on a new, painful meaning. Yet somehow, I survived. I don't know how and I don't know why. Maybe because I was stubborn, maybe because somewhere deep down I fought against the darkness. I never told anyone this until now. It's not the kind of story people expect or want to hear, but it's mine. The truth behind the blindness that shaped me. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Love ya.